Hey y'all, welcome to the Life After Her podcast with your girl Nicole and Sweeney. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today or watching the live podcast on my YouTube page. I hope that you've had a great week. I know I did. Guess what, y'all? Your girl has her braces off. I'm so excited. The first thing I did when I got my braces off was I chewed some gum. I haven't chewed gum in it's almost been 2 years since I chewed gum, and I love chewing gum. I chew gum every day. So that is something I'm celebrating this week. Make sure you celebrate the little things. Now, back to episode 2, Ride or Die Friend. Now, before we go into what today's episode is about, I want you guys to go grab your copy of Life After Her, A Sister's Tale from a website. You can purchase it on NicoleSweeney.org and grab your copy. You want to make sure you get it so that you can follow along and make sense of every episode within this podcast. So go grab your copy so that you can follow along. Now, last week was episode number 1 entitled Skate Night. You're going to have to go back and listen to it if you did not catch it. You want to make sure you keep up with each of the episodes because they are connected to each other. So last week's episode entitled Skate Night, Journee and Izzie left the skating ring because Journee had a question she needed to be answered. So, episode 2, which is today, Journee is on a hunt to find the answer that she needs in regards to her relationship. So, Journee and Izzie, they get in the car, they make their way back to Journee's home or the place she was staying at, and they begin talking in the car. Journee reminds Izzie that she understands that she can't stay and she has to work in the morning, and she doesn't really want her to get caught in between the middle of anything. So that's what she suggests to Journee. She suggests that to Izzie. Now, Izzie ends up saying she's going to go along. She's not going to leave Journee. So they get to the house at about 1:45 a.m. in the morning. So they were skating, they had a good time, and now they're back at the house at 1:40 something in the morning. Journee tells Izzie to park her car a couple of houses down just so that, she's not in the area, and if Journee needs her, she said that she'll call for her. So she parks the car. Journee gets out the car and she walks down to the house. Now, mind you guys, this is like almost 2 o'clock in the morning. That means it's extremely dark, it's extremely quiet, and it's not cold outside. It's actually the springtime. So Journee walks upstairs. She walks up these 15 steep cemented stairs. And when she gets to the stairs, she has to walk a long pathway to get to the door. So she walks the pathway, she gets to the door, and the door is locked. So no one's home. Khase isn't home. So she hears a car coming down the street, and Journee immediately goes into I need my answer mode, right? Have you guys ever needed an answer about something and you were adamant about getting this answer because you just needed that answer? Well, that is exactly how your girl Journee was feeling. So Journee has on some blue jeans, a white t-shirt, and some black sneakers. She walks back down that long pathway and she sees the car, and guess what, y'all? It's Khase. So Journee flies down the stairs. At this point, Journee is like on 100 because she wants her answers and she is on a mission to find out what's going on. So she sees the car is parked, and she approaches the driver's side where Khase is at. Journee blacks out, y'all. Oh my God, Journee is like on 100, literally on 100. She is screaming at the top of her lungs. She goes over to where Khase is at, which is on the driver's side of the car. She's screaming, saying some very vulgar language, guys. You gotta read the chapter to know what she says. Journee goes in. So she's screaming and she's screaming. The window is down and Journee just loses it. And guess what, y'all? Journee punches Khase in the face. Oh my gosh. Journee was upset. Have you guys ever been that upset, that felt so betrayed in a moment where you are just so hurt, so disappointed, and just like, what is going on, having all these questions in your mind? That is how Journee was feeling in that moment. So she punches Khase, unfortunately, and in the car is Journee's sister, Gracie. Journee at this point is trying to figure out what's going on. Why is he with her sister? And she's just trying to make sense of it all. So she ends up, like I said, punching Khase in the face. She punches him on the left side of his chin. His glasses fall off, and Khase immediately goes into, yes, y'all, defense mode. So he gets out the car, he pulls out a stack of papers, and he says, I have post-traumatic stress disorder. I have post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, at this point, Journee was tired, y'all. She wasn't tired. She was tired. He said he had post-traumatic stress disorder. Y'all, that even made Journee more upset. She was so upset at that point, she didn't even know what to say. She was speechless in that moment. So as that is happening, guess who comes running down the street? Yep, your girl Izzie, ride or die friend. So Izzie runs down the street like, Journee, 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 and she's yelling frantically because she cannot believe what happened. As you guys know, Journee is calm, she's chill, she's reserved, she loves family and friends, she likes to have a good time, but in this moment, she is really not her normal because she's hurt, she's feeling betrayed, and she's really upset. And so when Izzie sees her in this light where she is just out of her element, so angry and screaming and yelling in the middle of the street, and 2 o'clock in the morning, she's like, what's going on with Journee? She couldn't believe what was happening. So she runs down the street, she's screaming frantically, Journee, Journee, Journee. Journee turns and looks and sees that it's Izzie. And guess who else sees that it's Izzie? Khase sees that it's Izzie. So guess what Khase did? He grabbed, yes, y'all, he grabbed Izzie by her shoulders and said, you made her do this. Now, y'all, another moment again with Khase. He never took responsibility. He blamed it on Izzie. It wasn't Izzie's fault. Izzie had nothing to do with what was going on. It was all Khase. And he didn't really understand that. And so, in that moment, Izzie said, no, You did this. You did this. While that was happening, Gracie gets out the car and yells to Journee and says, "This is not Christ-like. This is not Christ-like." Guys, that is very interesting. So interesting that Journee did not know what to say. She did not know what to do, and she did not know how to respond. And guess what Journee ended up doing? She didn't say anything. She kept quiet. She couldn't believe all that was going on. Well, guys, that concludes our podcast for today, episode 2, entitled Ride or Die Friend. And Izzie showed that she was a ride or die friend, running down the street to get to Journee. So, today's episode affirmation is, sometimes it's better to keep quiet. No response is a response. Thank you guys for tuning in. That is it. Make sure you tune in next Wednesday for, guess what, y'all? Episode 3. And episode 3 is entitled Ghetto Hot Entanglement Mess. Y'all want to make sure y'all tune in for that one. This is getting good, guys. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts so that you can follow along with the Light After Hurt podcast. Make sure you guys also subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get notifications when I post the podcast, the last podcast. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. I look forward to hearing your feedback and getting more information about what you guys think about the chapter so far. This is so exciting. All right, guys, that is it for today. I hope that you have a wonderful day wherever you are. And I want you all to remember, yes, God is proud of you. Take care. Bye-bye.